Yeah.
And I said, okay, now I think with that, I'm going to go look at some articles. Now, where do you go find those articles? .com?
No, usually
Okay.
I'll go to Google and just put in, if
that's
I'm looking for, trichloroethylene contamination incidents. Type that in, and then it comes up, and then I read through and see if anything is relevant to what I'm looking for, and then usually from there, and then if I find something I really want or is really relevant, and I read through it, but a lot of times you read through it and it's just kind of like, okay. But I have to print it off and take it. That way I can have that with me.
Okay.
So a lot of times I'll do that as well.
Okay. Well, when it pops up as a Google entry, how many of those do you look at? Those Google entries?
Joe, it's the first page. I don't ever go past it.
Okay. This is what my paper is about. I'm going to get in trouble all the time. Because we all of us take the first thing you use across the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And so when you're told you're not allowed to use,
yeah.
But it's everywhere.
Yeah.
And it's virtual.
Yeah.
Now, what kind of... I tell my kids that they're not allowed to use a dot. So did you use any of your sources? Do you go into an MSU library? Do you go into a research journal?
On this paper, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't go into any of them because it was all the facts, just spitting out facts. I felt like, oh, they're everywhere. I can just go find those anywhere. There's the facts, so I don't need to find because they were just I wanted atomic weight or I wanted how it reacted in water, whatever. And but I was writing that other paper, that rangeland ecology, and I did use the journals a lot. And then even in that, I think I did use one journal in my.
Yeah.
It is almost. I don't want to go to the journals, and I go to the journals because I want to put them in my bibliography. So I read through them, but it's not necessarily that I get very much out of them because either they're too specific or I don't know what I'm looking for or something like that. So a lot of times I won't. So that's the...
Oh, very good. Very good. That's a major thing. Because I won't. So just what year were you when you felt like you could go to an academic journal and get an article and read it and absorb it and process it and say and use it?
Well, I think maybe sophomore year because that was I had taken a technical writing course and that was in my previous university, and they wanted us to, but I'm not sure in high school if I'd ever used one. And they told us about it, and they showed us how to go into it and everything, but I don't think I ever used it in high school. There was really no need for it. And then in that technical writing class, they made us read them and then give you summaries, or they made you go to a subject, get some journals, and then so we did some of that. So I remember that after that I felt more comfortable going reading this. But that was sophomore year,
Okay, very good. That's, and was just the act of going there to a journal, and even though you did, because you wouldn't have had the chemistry courses, the biology courses, and all that, to be able to read, but understand what was going on.
Right.
But since you went in there and you kind of broke into it for the first time, you're like, wow, you went to a journal and here's an article and you read it, and then you said, oh, I can read this. Is that what happened?
And I kind of was like, oh, okay. And definitely, even now when I read the journals, I have to, go through it a couple of times because I get lost. And a lot of times I have to go that journal and then I have to go look up some specifics about the article on the internet. just to clarify, because I'm not, because a lot of them are so beyond me, and are so specific about something else I'm not so sure. So even when the journals, that's another thing that is like, do I really want to use this? Because it's gonna be double work, and just to understand what they're talking about and exactly if that.